Welcome, everyone. This is Insanity Check. Skillosaurus Ken 8. Where can they find us?
Well, we can be found on our Facebook page, Insanity Check. You can tweet us at Insanity Check 12. You can join our Google Circle, and Insanity Check, of course. And our YouTube channel is
Insanity Check Radio.
You happy,
Say it with me.
all you people? Are you happy?
See, he didn't give me a hard time that time, so but we have to get you to say it. We have to
the
get you
hard
to say
time is because you want me to say it.
Yes,
you can say it all you want,
but we have to break
I
you
don't
into
give
it.
a
Say
shit.
it once, a radio.
Yeah, you said it twice now. That covers me. Anyway,
Well, just a quick follow up on the last story, because I said I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about that shit. It just seemed to be illogical to me, just as a normal layman person. But I'm getting some information in here. It says at the stage of fetal development, they don't have a brain per se. There's a neural tube, but it's not a sentient brain. And the situation in utero is like being under an anesthetic. They can't feel pain, and thus they can't feel pleasure. And as you said, a baby boy may touch himself, but that's not the same as masturbation. It suggests a deliberate act. That's what I was saying. Just playing around with your parts is not, being cognizant like, oh yeah, I want to purposely grab my low balls and jack off. Bullshit, whackery, and who licensed this motherfucker? How did he? What did he get his shit from Cracker Jacks? How do you?
were you chiming in on this one, or
did you even think? Because it's frightening. And the video, the video? We'll show you the video if you haven't seen it already of that particular thing. Because I want to hear it live from what this the man said it with a straight face. There was no parody there.
I wish I would have learned how to whack off
at that age.
Yeah,
but
I would be so much more peaceful. You definitely wouldn't have that many crying babies.
That's true, but you can't even bust off in there. You just playing with yourself.
Well,
practice.
Still
practice. Yeah, I guess so. And you'd have all the lube you need with that fluid. So. But that's disgusting. You realize what the fuck was that? That's just disgusting.
Amniotic lube, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. That's real. That's real nasty.
Yeah.
Speaking of nasty, this is something that disturbs me on a lot of different levels.
The new hot video of the week has surfaced, and I'm just confused. I'm confused, and I don't understand. So basically, well, we're going to show you the video now, but it may need some description. So apparently what you're about to see is what, to me anyway, looks like a group of, from what I can tell, heterosexual young black boys.
Look, sort of like of the, I would say they wanted, the article says thugging, but I say urban.
Yeah, it's urban. It's not
necessarily thug. when I think of thug, I think of somebody that's gonna rob you. That is just me.
They're kind
urban. Urban youth.
What we here in the urban areas call a cypher, spitting out rhymes into a camera. But the interesting part is that, or the confusing part, is that the rhymes are all about how good they suck dick.
Yeah, and one guy said he opens his legs, so he's taking dick, and the rest of them are using colorful metaphors for how they suck dick.
He was a disco dick.
Yeah, and
let's watch the video and then you will understand.
We all about to go down line. Then I'm gonna say my chorus. Run into all the dicks like Forrest. I hate niggas. That's not true. They asked me what block I live on. I said on your dick between your balls. Okay, I said I'm sucking your dick. Your balls hit my face like Kobe. Little nigga, I be sucking your dick. Y'all don't even know me. Yo. I said I'm sucking on your dick. In prison, I'm the warden. You already know my legs open faster than Jordan. Sucking on the dick fast, I never do it slow. Everybody know because my job is to blow, and my blows is to job. Like I'm sucking on your knob, and I'm sucking on your cock. It's like corn on the cob.
Can you hold the camera?
I said, look, listen. It's Keith Tuffin, and my neck shit crazy. I suck your dick, then I really call KD. But lately, I've been sucking dick, and y'all want to smile? Well, fuck it, though. I'ma really let y'all smile. Nah, look, my man said the dopest. Look, I said I'm sucking on 2 4s, because you can call me Kobe. Sucking the no hair on my head like Ginobili, because I'm railing on your dick, man. Something like Moby.
Oh, listen.
Yo, let me speak, because I open them doors. This nigga dick mad long, like an extension cord.
Ooh. It's over, y'all.
Hey, look.
You see me? Now you don't see me, because when I go down, y'all don't want to see me because I shoot like Black Ops and I scope like
TV. Come back, nigga. Look. Hey, look. Drake voice. Started from the dick, now I'm here.
Starting from the dick, now I'm sucking on your pubic hair. Started from the dick, now I'm here. Started from the dick, now I'm sucking on your pubic hair.
No little dicks, nigga, we don't feel that.
Oh, you gonna suck a dick if this shit fat.
Little dicks don't get me excited. If your dick's fat, I'ma bite it. No little dicks, nigga, we don't feel like. I suck a fat dick, then I grab his nutsack. Yo, add us, y'all. Obadiah chillin', nigga. Say the head honcho, you already know I like. Cameraman, ASAP shooter.
Hey, Santana, you heard?
Add me, let's see you watch your Brian Kirk. Cameraman, ASAP shooter, you know I do my work. Add me, y'all. Keep talking from the fucking booth, boy. Holla at me.
I'm not kidding.
All right. Even though I know we don't have to, I just feel it's just necessary because people just jump on, one fucking. It has been well established that we here at Insanity Check have no issues with homosexuality. We have no issues with gay people.
I mean,
we are pro gay marriage, all of that shit.
We kind of ate everything,
And the first shot has been fired, ladies and gentlemen.
We took a week off last week. But yeah, and also, but
we're not going to lie. We're disturbed. We're disturbed and confused.
I'm completely disturbed and confused about this because, and
see, again, this is why I have to say these kids, and yes, when I say they don't look gay, I mean stereotypically gay. Their voices aren't high, they're not swishing, they're not doing any of that shit. There's plenty of homosexual men walking around who looks like everybody else. Yeah. We know that.
Yeah, of course.
So all we can do is just, these kids don't look gay. Yet, I don't understand, and we talked about this earlier, and basically we came down to we're just old.
Yeah,
we have to be because
I don't understand this, and I know there's no, because it sounds crazy like when you say, somebody looks gay, and you're like, what are you talking about? That sounds offensive, and I know it can sound offensive, but to me, I literally can't understand in this day and age where you cannot put the genie back into the bottle, where you put something out like this, it's going to go viral, and. This disturbs me on so many different levels. First of all, these kids, if they are making a joke, let's say this is a joke.
Which it very well could be.
It could be. It could just be a joke. Okay. Now, and mind you, I want to preface this like this. If they were basically making a video at this age talking about sucking pussy and fucking bitches and busting off all over them and all that other nasty hood shit talking about heterosexual sex, I still would have a problem because one of my main issues is you cannot... You're putting this out there for the world to see. Where the fuck are your parents? Do you not have any fear?
Well, no, they're kids. Parents? They don't have fear.
What they're not thinking. I mean, have we?
They're kids. They don't think it.
No, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit because I was not born at my age. I went through this fucking period. Okay, I knew that if I did certain things, it would be a reflection upon my parents. And I knew that before the internet age. So I knew that if I went out there and showed my ass...
But let's be real. When you did anything, your parents made it known how they felt about it, no?
True.
So then you knew, because of them, that your actions have repercussions.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. See, so, this disturbs me because, number one, I didn't know when it became cool to, okay, look. We're from the hood, okay, and like I said, we one of my best friends, is gay. Never been anything other than that, right? I've had gay members in my family, they're not have, okay, but.
Oh, sorry.
Whatever, motherfucker. But there is like the way you present yourself to the world and the way you are when you're at home or whatever. So whereas I said we've championed, pro gay rights and all that stuff. I believe that, but it still, to me, makes me feel uncomfortable when kids of this age is out there projecting themselves. And it's not like they're projecting themselves in a classy way of like, yes, I am so-and-so, I am a teenager, and I happen to be a homosexual. There's no issues with this, blah, 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 blah. You know, one thing, you take up a cause or whatever. These guys are going out to try to be as most shockingly offensive about their homosexuality as possible, which to me, I can't see the homosexual community seeing this as, anything
let's put it this
positive.
way. We would still frown upon this if little 14 and 15-year-old girls were rapping these very same lyrics.
Yeah, about sucking dick. Oh yeah, I'm a little girl. I suck dick. I take it up the ass real fast and slap me on. I would still be like, what the fuck is going on? You're too young to do this.
But what I told Skillet earlier is that I have been waiting for this to happen.
Now you have been saying that.
I've been saying this for years.
Okay.
Two things. One, me personally, I'm not a historian. I'm just going from what I remember. In my head, the social clamps that this society had on homosexuality,
outward this was totally unacceptable.
Right.
Back in 20 years ago.
Right. But to women, though, stopped or was easing up after Madonna was in her heyday, and she was running around with Sandra Bernhard and was making it pretty much known that they were doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do with whomever the fuck they wanted to do it.
Yeah, it's around the time she came out with that coffee table book, the real sex stuff.
Right.
Which she was reinventing herself, which was intelligently.
Sure, that's fine.
She was very intelligent.
But that's when I started to notice that shit was changing. Before that, you wouldn't have big stars like Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen DeGeneres and all of these people are like, oh yeah, well, okay, I'm gay and I'm going to deal with whatever comes out. That shit wasn't happening. Until
people felt that there would be ramifications and repercussions,
right. and there were. Don't get us wrong, but not as severe as it was prior to that moment. So, like I said, again, socially, that's one of the first things with me. Then I started seeing and hearing, in the hood, girls talking about how, I was with this person, I was with her, and I'm like, oh, okay. Now, one of my longtime friends is an assistant principal in a high school in Maryland. And she has a good relationship with her students. And she told me, this was about 5-6 years ago, she told me that there was a kid in her high school who was openly gay. Again, right or wrong, this shit wasn't going down when we were in high school.
Yeah, as I said, it was a situation, it was a couple of dudes in high school that you just knew. Obviously, they didn't go out announcing it. They didn't say, hey, I'm gay. But you just knew it, and you could see how they gravitated to a certain section. They found their little pockets to where they could feel comfortable, which is what you do, for the fat kid, the pimple-faced kid, the athletic dudes. So we understood, but there's no way in time could he been like, yo, if you give me your extra milk, I'll suck your dick. Right. There's no way that shit would have went down.
Now, she told
he couldn't
me
openly be that way.
That this kid who was flamboyantly gay in high school told her of, let's say, a half dozen football players whose dicks he sucked. Now, for me, you have two things that you are left to believe. One is that all of these football players were gay, which is entirely possible.
Yeah.
Or what we find more disturbing is that they weren't all gay and they just let themselves get sucked off by a dude. This shit seems to, I've been hearing tricklings of this.
Listen,
which we don't understand. Again, we do not advocate gay bashing. Like I said to him earlier, as weird as it is for us, because it's just not how we were brought up, I am glad that these cats can go out and do whatever they want without fear of repercussion anymore.
Because they couldn't honestly walk through the streets, they would
do it.
They would have been, literally like God only knows what would have happened to them back in the day. So I mean, it is, no one should have to live and repress themselves and beat two different people just to go from the train station to home.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to walk like a tough guy or whatever. No. So I'm happy for that, but to me, it's just I don't know. It's like there's like moral. No, I don't even want to say moral decay because it's making it sound like being a homosexual is negative. No, I just think that today the lines with everything is so blurred all over the place that I don't even like. If you're genuinely gay, then obviously do genuinely gay things. But it's like people are just flipping all over. And it's not to say that they can't or shouldn't, but it's just I'm just confused. Like I just don't understand.
Yeah. Because
how. I don't understand. I just don't understand.
Because again, in our day and what we know, you didn't say shit like this unless you had to, unless you made up your mind that, you know what, I am gay, and I'm
And I'm
not
gonna
going
be,
to.
and, you know, and I'm not going to let you subjugate me or whatever.
You never
And
walked around like, ha 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 ha, I'll suck your dick, homie. No,
yeah,
that
so,
shit
so I'm
didn't
trying to
happen.
find out what. See, the thing that I'm confused about is not whether or not these individuals are gay, okay? Because they could be, you know, whatever. More power to them. It's why they decided to make this vulgar display and put it out there on the internet.
See,
that's the thing that's got me.
This is where we differ, because again, I kind of understand that, and you may not like the answer, but they're fucking kids. They're stupid children. You
know what's stupid? Then what is the? Then clearly,
Yes.
I mean, the stupid for today is far stupider than the stupid of yesterday.
It is, no question. I've said for a long time now, and this may sound arrogant, I believe our generation were the last ones with any type of sense possible.
Yeah, because that's before all of this technology
Exactly.
shit and all this other stuff and this narcissism and everything else out there, to where people want to, you know, put their every moment on the internet. You know,
Well, our engineer,
and the fucking lyrics weren't even good.
a couple of them were all right, but anyway, yeah.
Which one did you like, Chris?
I like them all. Anyway, our engineer was chuckling at some of those lyrics. So what say you, Abe?
To be honest with you, they're joking. They have to be joking.
No, you think they're joking?
I really do. And then not only that, I mean, if it's that many gay kids, like, or just gay people in general together, then they should be sucking each other off. Like, there should have been more.
So this should have been a fucking pornographic video.
Might as well.
Just dick sucking.
Which would be
Hey,
illegal.
listen, if
Yeah, exactly.
I'm around females and they're talking about how well they suck penis,
Sooner or later, it's going to come back to you. Yeah,
I'm pulling up. Well, then let's get it poppin'.
you're absolutely right. Because if you were around a bunch of people, you know, chicks talking about doing all that shit, so like, well, I'm right here. No, I understand what you're saying, but but my thing is, let's say it is a joke, because I was just telling Ken, you know, a lot of times we make jokes, and once again, like I said, we don't have to say it anymore. You know, we're pro everything when it comes to whatever you want to be, but some of the put downs we use against one another, as you've seen on the show, is like, oh, you know, you gay, or you did this, you did that, or whatever.
He was a disco.
I remember the Grant
Abe's
Hill
favorite.
ad. I know gay is not synonymous with whack or whatever, but listen, when you're trying to put somebody down, you're trying to say something that might make them feel uncomfortable. I don't have to explain what an insult is. So either way, we make jokes, and you know, one of the ways we try and diffuse the joke is like, if you say I am a pedophile, then I'll go, yeah, man, I got 15 kids in my house right now, and they waiting for me. You know, to try and diffuse the situation, I'll actually take the ball and run with it. So maybe that is what they're doing, but don't they have parents? There are going to be people that don't understand this whole thing like I am. Like, if it is a joke, if it isn't a joke, whatever, why are you putting it on the internet? What do these people's parents say? If they don't have a father at home, because the person that I actually saw the video, his thing was, he felt that women needed black women needed culpability in the situation, and bear some of the responsibility, because if the deadbeat dad is not there, if it is a deadbeat dad scenario, then they are supposed to be the ones to put the moral character, or try and cultivate the moral character of these kids and how they present themselves to the world. I do agree with that. I don't say that they're necessarily bad. I don't know the circumstances, but the fact that these individuals did this with no fear of any repercussions. If I was brought up literally, if I was out cursing, because I've been cursing since 4. All right, I was cursing since 4 years old. If anyone had
Where was your
went back,
parents?
no. But mind you, I was cursing around I wasn't recording it. And whenever a grown up came around, I shut the fuck up. I was like, hello, yes sir, yes ma'am, stuff like that, because I knew that if that shit had made it back inside, my ass was whipped. There was no two ways about it.
You just answered your own question. We live in a society now where kids this age, okay, are getting tattoos. They're having babies. They're dropping out of school. They're getting fucking gold fronts. They're popping off guns, blah, blah, blah. Does that sound like individuals who are thinking about the future and repercussions? Abso-fucking-lutely not.
See, you know what, and the whole thing about the tattoo thing, I had a debate with somebody with that. I was like, you know what, if, you know, a 16-year-old or 15-year-old being allowed to have a tattoo, to me, is just child abuse, because they obviously don't know that, you know, they have, you know, if they live a normal lifespan 70 years ahead of them, that they have to deal with this particular tattoo. I guess I'm old-fashioned. I wouldn't let until you move out, until you're old enough to move the fuck out of my house, then you can do whatever you want. But if you're 14 or 15, you're not getting a tattoo. You're not branding yourself in such a way to where you're going to be marked for life, unless I feel that you're mature enough to make that decision. That's me. Now, I know, once again, if I were to have run off and said, fuck y'all, I'm going to go get this tattoo anyway, my ass would have been in trouble. So whether these kids are stupid or not, you can whip stupid out of somebody. Why are they not afraid of their parents? Maybe they don't care about what the world is going to think of them, because fuck the world. You know, I don't live with the world. But don't they think the shit's going to go back? First of all, you're cursing.
But hold on. Why do you think, again, look at all the things I just mentioned. If these people...
Then the parents are fucked up.
No shit. No fucking shit.
This is sad. I mean, this is truly sad. There's so much stuff here to make jokes about, but this is one of those things that hit me in such a way to where I could not find an angle to find humor, because this is telling me that this generation is fucking lost, and the parents that had this generation should have been fucking gassed and neutered. It should have been some fucking Mengele shit all over again.
And the final word on this is duh.
I mean, this is like, we need the eugenicists to come out here in full force, man.
Apparently
and just
someone doesn't understand what final word means.
We'll
be back in a, we'll be back
Right.
in a couple of minutes. God damn it.